Joining me now is Katie McFarland, a real foreign policy expert. Is there, I'm sure you're going to say no, is there any way at all that the Iranians can come to the table and get rid of their nuclear operation completely?
Not with this Ayatollah. He's doubled down. He said no. Now remember, he's 86 years old. He's dying of cancer. He's a true revolutionary. He'll die with the cause. But you have to think, are there other things going on behind the scenes? One thing that was really fascinating was that President Trump yesterday said, well, they want to come to the White House to meet with me. And then it was immediately denied by the Iranians. So you wonder, are there other people in the inner circle who are putting out feelers through third parties to say, okay, we see where this is going. We want to negotiate some kind of a solution. They know they got to get rid of the nukes.
Well, the president has agreed on the plan of action.
Yes.
But he's not made the final decision
Correct.
to issue the order. What's holding him up?
Okay, so I've been in the Situation Room with President Trump in the first term when he was making the decision about bombing the Syrian airfields over the chemical weapons attack. He is at his finest hour in a situation like this. He goes around, he gets all the information, the situation report, he gets the options, and then he makes a decision. He'll make the decision in his head, but he'll wait till the last possible moment to execute it. So I think what he's waiting for are two things right now. One, how much further is Israel going to degrade Iran's capabilities to retaliate? So either leadership or additional missile strikes so that they really have no ability to retaliate no matter what. And then he's also going to wait for, I think, is a phone call coming from Tehran. Not from the Ayatollah. He's going down with the ship. He's dead man walking. But is there somebody else who's thinking maybe this is a time to negotiate and have some kind of a prospective Iran left over?
Well, your perspective is fascinating because you've been in the Situation Room with Trump in the first term, and President Trump goes back to the Situation Room today at 11:30, we are told. That the implication is it's crunch time. I mean, would you draw that implication?
Yeah, I mean, he'll probably have an NSC meeting every day now until it is crunch time. I think he's got some time. And remember, he doesn't get the yips. He doesn't think, oh, I got to do something right away. He's going to lean back and say, when is the moment that I have to get all the information I can get, the best position I'm going to be in, and then I'll make that decision and I'll do it.
Israel says that they destroyed Iran's, their internal security headquarters. Okay, I got that. Other than the missiles, does Iran have any way of fighting back and retaliating at the United States or Israel?
You know, that's what you don't know. I mean, are there sleeper cells, for example, who've come across the southern border? When you look at what military capabilities they have, Israel has destroyed a lot of their missile launchers. We thought they had maybe 2,000 missiles, maybe now think 200. But anyway, if you don't have a launcher, that doesn't make a difference. And Iran is isolated. The proxies are gone. No Hezbollah, no Hamas, no Houthis, no Syrian air defense systems. And where are the Russians? Where are the Chinese? The great pals of Iran? They're not rushing in to help. And the brilliance now, as you look back, of President Trump's first foreign trip to the Saudis, to the UAE. These are all the guys who Iran might have said, come to our aid. And even if they're saying a public statement of, oh, this is so terrible, Israel, you know they're making the phone call to President Trump saying, keep going, they're our biggest threat. And so,
remember seeing pictures that there was President Trump making a speech to the Saudi leadership, and there was MBS sitting right in front of him, and it was like a love fest between the two.
Father-son, love fest.
That's what it looked like, didn't it?
It did.
So I presume that the Saudis really want America to finish off Iran. Do it.
Iran has been one of the motivating factors between the Gulf Arabs, the Sunnis, and Israel is the common enemy. The common enemy is Iran. Iran wants to kill Israel, kill America, and it also wants to be the predominant country and dominant power in the Middle East. And that's not what the Saudis want. So, this is all laid out in such a series of careful chess moves. It's brilliant to watch.
It's great to have you on the show because you know what you're talking about.
Thank you.
Wonderful stuff. Katie, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.